Odell Beckham Jr. to the Dallas Cowboys is heating up. So we're gonna be going through that and 5 other stories in today's video. So make sure to like this video, and if you want more Dallas Cowboys news content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel hitting that red button down below. The first story is Cowboys back in Odell Beckham Jr. sweepstakes. Jerry Jones says, in December, one of the most well-publicized pursuits was that Odell Beckham Jr. as one example, and the Cowboys made a passionate push to acquire the 3-time Pro Bowl receiver, including 2 visits with him. But the deal never materialized, and Beckham went on to sign with no one at all, and Hilton subsequently made his way to Dallas. So, as expected, you'll see the Cowboys circle back on Beckham, while also not ruling Hilton out as a possible re-addition after having seen him make an instant impact with, for Dak Prescott. Oh, absolutely, Jones said of talks with Beckham. That's the way we left it with him. Get ready to play, and then let's revisit. We obviously had an interest for a reason. Ultimately, the Cowboys have won 24 combined regular season games over the past 2 seasons and advanced to the NFC divisional round despite a mountain of adversity that could have sent them spiraling. But tweaks are needed to get them to the next step. Cowboys owner and general manager Jerry Jones said the team would continue exploring free agent wide receiver Odell Beckham, who posted videos of himself running full speed as he recovers from a torn ACL. Again, I've gotten to know him well. We'll be talking, Jones said. The Cowboys hosted the veteran receiver for a 2-day visit in December, which included a stop at American Airlines Center to watch the Mavericks defeat the Suns. Beckham hasn't played since suffering a torn ACL in Super Bowl LVI on February 13th. Dallas moved on by signing receiver T.Y. Hilton for its playoff push, but the club still maintained interest in Beckham. Oh, absolutely. That's the way we left it with him, Executive Vice President Stephen Jones said. Get ready to play, and then let's revisit. We obviously had an interest for a reason. The second story is Super Bowl is Micah's top motivation and priority. For the last 2 years, Micah Parsons said he's had an amazing experience during the Super Bowl week, getting a chance to hang out with players around the league and partake in festive activities leading up to the game, such as hosting awards during the NFL Honors Show last week. While Parsons obviously wants to return to the Super Bowl week next year, it's clear he is motivated to have a different role than just be a spectator. Yet that's the goal every time, Parsons said of leading his team to the Super Bowl next year. No doubt, this is my top motivation and priority. Make no mistake, Parsons has enjoyed his time in both Las Vegas 2 weeks ago for the Pro Bowl games, followed by a week of fun in Arizona, leading up to Super Bowl 57. This week has been amazing. I love the experience. I love being around the guys, Parsons said. It's always been a great 2 weeks, ever since I've been in the league. But it's an opportunity he seems more than happy to trade if he's getting to play in the game. To get there, Parsons and the Cowboys defense will have to be elite once again, something that seems possible with the return of defensive coordinator Dan Quinn. Parsons was asked about Quinn's return, but it didn't appear to be as much of a surprise to him. It's pretty great. DQ is my guy, Parsons said last week at the Super Bowl. You know, I knew he was never leaving, so I wasn't even surprised. But he didn't have the same opinion with other coaching moves, including the departure of veteran defensive assistant George Edwards, who had a big role in Parsons' development. I can't control that, Parsons said. It was interesting to see, but we have to see what happens when we get into OTAS. All in all, Parsons seems ready to turn the page to 2023, but that doesn't mean he's still not bitter about the loss to the 49ers in the playoffs. Yeah, just the way we lost. It was tough, he said. Everyone hates to lose like that, but it is. I just have to get ready for next year. The third story is the Dallas Cowboys would be smart to sign star player early. Dallas Cowboys WR Lamb is coming off a career year. 107 receptions for 1,359 yards and 9 touchdowns, culminating in his second straight Pro Bowl appearance. At the start of the season, the highly criticized moves surrounding the wide receiver position marred the Cowboys' front office, allowing both Cedric Wilson and Malik Turner to leave in free agency, only getting a 5th-round pick for Amari Cooper and opting to give Michael Gallup a hefty extension coming off a torn ACL. Instead, the heavy need for Lamb to step up skyrocketed his development into a real WR1. At only 23 years old, Lamb set the franchise record for most receiving yards in a Cowboys player's first 3 seasons, still under his rookie contract. He has 2 years left on it, including the 5th-year option. However, it may make financial sense to pay him early. Lamb's current estimated value is at $22.5 million per year, according to Spotrac, which would make him the 10th highest paid receiver in the league. The Dallas Cowboys are not known for signing players early but will have a much wider wide receiver market to battle in the coming years, with players like Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and Jalen Waddle all set to potentially be extended between this year and next offseason. While Lamb likely wouldn't earn the same contract as Davante Adams or Tyreek Hill another season as the Cowboys, WR1 only raises his profile as well as his asking price, meaning $22.5 million per year can quickly grow to $25 to $27 million per year, aligned with Jefferson and Chase's estimated extensions. While much of the focus this offseason is focused on tight end Dalton Schultz, running back Tony Pollard, and a potential extension of quarterback Dak Prescott, Lamb is one of 3 players from the 2020 draft class who are looking for big paydays now that they're in year 3, along with Trevon Diggs and Tyler Biadasz. The 4th story is Dak Prescott wins Walter Payton Man of the Year. For the 4th time in franchise history, the Cowboys have a winner for the prestigious Walter Payton Man of the Year award. Dak Prescott, the Cowboys quarterback and leader, took home one of the most prestigious awards of the night on Thursday at the NFL Honors Show in Phoenix. Prescott joins Jason Witten, Troy Aikman, and Roger Staubach as the winners of this award, which recognizes an NFL player for his outstanding community service activities off the field, as well as excellence on the field. During the 2022 season, Prescott missed 5 games with a broken thumb, but returned to lead the Cowboys to a top 5 scoring offense and a 12-5 record. He also guided the franchise to its first road playoff win in 30 years, outlasting Tampa Bay's Tom Brady in the final game of his career. Prescott was one of 32 nominees announced back in December, as each team has one representative. Overcoming adversity and striving for excellence is what motivates Prescott on the field and in the community through his Faith Fight Finish Foundation. He has missed at least 1 game due to injury in each of the last 3 years, including the final 10 games of 2020 when he suffered a devastating ankle injury that required surgery. The 5th story is with rise of Tony Pollard. Has Ezekiel Elliott played last game for Cowboys? The question was posed to Ezekiel Elliott minutes after the Dallas Cowboys season ended with a divisional round playoff loss to the San Francisco 49ers. What is the running back's future with the Cowboys? Definitely thought about it. He said, "I want to be here. I don't have a crystal ball. Can't tell you the future, but definitely want to be here." Elliott understands the business side of the NFL more than most. That's why he held out of training camp in 2019. Being a running back with a ton of work in his first 3 years, he knew he had to strike as soon as possible, even if the Cowboys had him under contractual control through the 2020 season. When the Cowboys selected Elliott at number 4 overall in the 2016 draft, they effectively guaranteed him a second contract. On September 4, 2019, Elliott signed a 6-year extension worth $90 million and guaranteed him $50 million. The Cowboys hoped that by going in early on Elliott's second contract, they could have him at his peak levels before he turned 30, when most running backs fall off the pace. Elliott turns 28 in July. He is set to make a base salary of $10.9 million, which is not guaranteed. If the Cowboys release him, they save $4.86 million. If they designate him a post-June 1st cut, they will save $10.9 million. But he will count a little more than $6 million against the 2024 salary cap. Asked at his end-of-season news conference about the running game and Elliott, Coach Mike McCarthy demurred. "Filling coaching vacancies is a bigger deal at the moment. I'm not really ready to dive into all that. I don't know when the next time we talk, but yeah, we're just getting," McCarthy said. "We haven't turned a cut up on. We haven't even had a postseason personnel meeting. I understand there's the list of free agents that we have, but briefly just talk to those individuals. We haven't met as a coaching staff. We haven't met with the personnel guys yet." At the Senior Bowl, Executive Vice President Stephen Jones extolled all of Elliott's virtues, but also told reporters, "But we're going to have to talk business." The Cowboys never made a pay cut offer to receiver Dez Bryant after the 2017 season, or to linebacker DeMarcus Ware after the 2013 season. They did not want to upset either player by making offers that were too low, so they opted just to release them both. Elliott is coming off a year in which he had career lows in yards and yards per carry while missing 2 games with a hyperextended right knee that forced him to miss 2 games and required him to wear a bulky brace for a good portion of the season. In 2021, he played through a partially torn posterior cruciate ligament in his right knee, didn't miss a game, and finished with 1,002 yards. The explosive runs have disappeared. Elliott had just 16 runs of 10 yards or more and 5 of 20 yards or more in 2022. Tony Pollard had 34 runs of at least 10 yards and 9 of at least 20 with 3 touchdown runs of at least 30 yards. Elliott caught just 17 passes this season, a career low. He remained a terrific pass protector, but teams don't pay $15 million for a running back to protect the quarterback. In the Cowboys' 6 losses, including playoffs, Elliott failed to average more than 3.7 yards per carry. In the 2 playoff games, he had 23 carries for 53 yards. It's not that Elliott can't be effective. He had 12 rushing touchdowns. On 3rd or 4th and 1, he converted first downs 14 of 17 times. But teams don't pay backs $15 million per season to be short yardage and goal line runners. The Cowboys could ask Elliott to do what DeMarcus Lawrence did last offseason. He signed a 3-year, $40 million deal that included $30 million guaranteed. His $27 million salary cap figure in 2022 went from $27 million to $14 million. But Lawrence remained one of the better all-around defensive ends in the game. The Cowboys also have a Pollard question to answer too, since he will be a free agent.